Hello and good morning to all of you. It's not close enough. Let me pull that in a little bit here. Oh, and I've got my phone on, so you can listen to the show here. I was typing in the chat a little bit ago. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming by, and happy Saturday to you all. I appear to be alone this morning, but I'm not. Charlie's here.
And Kate isn't.
Yes, Kate is sleeping over at my dad's house. She's at Pop Pop's house. So it's a Charlie and John show today.
And I've been an only child since last Saturday.
Yeah, you've had a little time. How's it been being an only child?
I don't like it. It's fun and it's not fun.
It's fun and it's not fun?
Yeah, because there's no one to play with when you're bored. I mean, there's your parents, but you're always busy. You're always busy.
Always busy?
Sometimes.
Sometimes busy makes more sense.
You don't want to play my games.
We play lots of games.
Yeah. But you wouldn't play dress up.
Let's see who's here hanging out with you and I. We got Cade from Burning Block, who you were on his show last Saturday playing Among Us.
Hello.
We got Burning Block, and then we got X11 Bravo here. And he dropped us a super chat to get us started. He and his wife, Battle Panda, thanking us. I appreciate the kind words. And we will play a little video for you.
Branding.
How about this one? We haven't done this one in a while. Or this one.
Mom got the doctor. The doctor said, no more monkeys looking on the bed.
Got a little Charlie action there this morning. Let's see who else we had. Flashpoint. Michael is here. Good morning, Flashpoint. Got Charlie's bagel, buddy. You can get your bagels going now. Thank you, Jennifer, for coming by and hanging out with us. And let's see, we got Robert Galvin. Good morning. Hope you and Mrs. G are doing well today. We got Todd Christian. Hello to you, Todd. Whoop, and the chat is jumping now. Hey, wait, Kate was in there. I got to get to Kate. See, it needed me to click on Kate. It was like, click on Kate. But I missed. So there's her. Hello. Hi, Kate.
So her profile picture is a French fry with her face, her eyes and mouth.
It's her eyes and mouth on a French fry.
Because we made a funny meme where it's like that one French fry that's left in your car after eating.
Somehow it gets old and...
Is it me you're looking for?
Very funny. Very funny.
But she made her profile picture.
We got Perry in the chat. Top of the morning to you, he says. He's been watching the Quentin Tarantino films in chronological order. Some really fun videos being dropped over there by Perry. So if you haven't checked them out, I've been really enjoying it. I miss JP. Sorry. Werewolf by Lunchtime. Good morning to you. And there is JP. Charlie's very proud that her eyes are better than mine. I don't know how I missed that. Very sorry, JP.
And Todd Christian.
I already said hello to Todd Christian, so I did not miss Todd.
Aww.
Ha. Let's see. John, play with your daughter. Jeez. We got Michael and Riley for the Downright Nerdy podcast. Good morning to you both.
Oops.
And the chat jumped again. Kate says Pop Pop is making her egg McPop Pops. So those are egg sandwiches made by my dad. He does a great job with that. And Kate drops her favorite emoji as well. Legion of Comics is here. And Legion, you'll be excited to know that I have purchased my first of what will likely be two, because I bought the wrong ones. But I purchased a couple of these current Suicide Squad run, which I know you're a huge fan of, just because I want to see how it ties in with the Teen Titans Academy that I've been reading. So I grabbed issue 4. I should have grabbed issues 3 and 4. So I'll have to go back to my shop and get issue 3 at some point.
Who's dumb enough to make a club where people
commit suicide.
That's not really the point. The idea is that they go on suicide missions, meaning missions where they don't have a huge chance of surviving.
Oh.
So they are the guys you send in when nobody can do it. Kate says, not my picture. I found it, though, because I have braces. There you go. So it's not actually Kate. Time Traveler saying, I'm back from the 20s, got stuck for a week because I couldn't find any charging stations, had to build one. Yeah, that's going to be some of the drawbacks of time travel. Faux show.
Look, I'm going to meet him.
Right?
Battle Panda.
I see Battle Panda. What is up? Good morning, Battle Panda.
That's X11's brother's wife.
JB says, John likes to pretend I'm not here, and who can blame anyone, really? Yeah, I mean, let's not play that game. Both of us are going to go down a deep, dark well. Werewolf says, it'll be morning in 25 minutes. Sunday morning, in fact. Wow. He's living in the future. Tacoma is here. I just made a slug. Well, all right. Congratulations. So Charlie is hanging out with me, and as you could see maybe by the icon that I used or by the background here, we're going to spend a little time on the X-Men. So sorry to all the DC fans. This will be a slightly more Marvel-centric show. Slightly, not hugely. Kate says, congrats, I think. There you go. Suicide Squad is a fun book, says Todd Christian. Better than he expected. I'm not a big fan of the characters. Like, I don't care for any of those characters at all. So it's a tough sell for me. I am more interested in the Red X and how it connects to the stuff I'm reading on Teen Titans Academy. So that's kind of why I picked it up. Thank you, TM Nerdy, for my long run. The reason I'm discussing it, though, is because I let Charlie borrow my Omnibus Volume 1. And you'd already read a bunch of it, right? Because of classic X-Men issues that you guys have had for a while. So she's...
And found in the dollar bin.
Yeah, we found a lot of classic X-Men issues in the dollar bins. And they reprint this run heavily. So were there a bunch of these issues you hadn't read? Or any of these issues you hadn't read? I mean, it's 40 issues of the run, right?
I read all the ones where, like, how Jean becomes Phoenix.
Okay.
I knew about this one. I knew how Emma...
The Emma Frost stuff.
Everything with Emma Frost.
Okay.
I knew some about this other stuff.
What about, like, the stuff with Proteus? Do you remember, like, the Moira McTaggart's son who, like... Mm-hmm. Okay. Because those are the ones we just read for... book club for the Omni Club. And I also let Charlie borrow, which I haven't even opened, Volume 2. Charlie just took a dive into Volume 2 as well. How did you enjoy Volume 2? Which did you like one of them better than the other? Ooh, heavy.
I'm going to pick that one most because there's one character in here that has irritated me throughout the entire book. So
there's a female character, if I'm not mistaken, who is in a lot of these issues in Volume 2 you just did not like. Who is that woman?
Lee Forrester.
Lee Forrester, who kind of becomes the love interest for Scott after the Phoenix dies. Not a big fan. Okay. And she drags the book down for you a little bit. Gotcha. Good morning to Just a Little Podcast. Good morning to you. And good morning to Jeff Schultz. What did you think of A League of Their Own? Because we were watching that this morning, too, Charlie woke up super early this morning. So we were watching A League of Their Own.
Yeah, I love The League of Their Own. I've seen it before, but...
You had forgotten it a little bit?
A little bit,
it's been a while since we watched it.
I love the guy who's like, I hate when they get attached to me like that.
Oh, John Lovett's character who goes and collects all the ladies at the beginning, the scout. John Lovitz is hilarious, I think, in that
Did
movie.
you tell the cows we'd right?
Did you tell the cows we'd right? Very funny. Luke from Hydra Collectibles is here. Good morning.
And we watched another very awesome movie.
Last night, you mean? Yeah, so Charlie's been working her way through Christopher Nolan's world and universes, specifically the 3 Batman movies. So we're jumping movie to movie to movie here. If you can keep up with us in the chat.
And also, we watched.
What did you think of the Dark Knight Rises, the 3rd film?
It was cool. When they were like saying that the child of Ra's al Ghul was like, I was a little confused because like, doesn't he have a girl? Like,
but they make you think it's Bane, right? That they changed the story and they made it Bane.
yeah, because the kid actually kind of looks like feminine a little bit. But I just was like,
you just were ignoring it. You didn't.
I was like, maybe
it.
he had 2 kids and Bane dies, and then Talia comes and then avenges him, and like that's the whole story. So I was just like, let it go. And then he says, and then she like stabs him. She's like, but he wasn't the child. He was, I was. And then
says, Charlie looked at me and she was like, Talia? We get Talia?
She's the coolest character.
It was the perfect reaction. Like Charlie did not see the twist coming, and she knew who Talia al Ghul was. So
you were smiling though.
I was super excited to see your reaction to that because everybody I know who watched the movie was like, "Oh, that's Talia al Ghul." Like they felt like they guessed it early. They looked at the trailer and they're like, "Okay, some random woman shows up, and she's got an accent." And she's like manipulating things, and the League of Shadows is back. So they kind of like, a lot of people guessed it. But I was awesome to see you like totally in it and be like, oh, that's cool. You know, that you found the joy in it was kind of cool. JP says he's still bothered by the end of League of Their Own. He does not think that Dottie should have let her sister win. The good news is that's not what happened in real life. That's just in a movie, right? In real life,
Dottie wins.
No, in real life, they didn't play each other in the final game. And in real life, the Rockford Peaches, that first season, came in dead last. They were last place. They went on later to win a bunch of championships, but that first season, the Rockford Peaches came in dead last. And there was no real Dottie Henson. They based Dottie Henson on another woman named Dorothy with a different last name, and she played first base, and she was left-handed instead of the right-handed catcher that Gina Davis plays as Dottie Henson. So there was a lot of liberties taken to make the story, but they pulled from the history of a lot of the different teams and a lot of the dynamics that were going on. So it's not like complete fantasy or anything. Hello to Sleepy Reader. What is going on in your world today? Yeah, what movies aren't real life? I know, right? Shocker. Got to go pick up breakfast. Okay. Have a good day, Mr. Schultze.
We also watched.
Hold on, wait. We're not going to jump to a third one. Let's just like slow ourselves down here. We've only been on for 13 minutes. Gore Vidal is up. He says Charlie reading an X-Men comic just like we did at her age. Has she seen Time Bandits? Yes. She has seen Time Bandits. Gore saw that in the theater when kids still went to theaters without adults. I mean,
that movie was crazy weird.
Time Bandits is a wacky ride. Panda says, Kate Jameson, thanks. I'm late. Didn't know you were in here. Just assumed you were camping and had no access to tech. There you go.
Can I see? Did Kate say something?
Did Kate say something? Let's see here. Whoa, you just bageled me 2 weeks in a row. Oh, I didn't say hello to Dank Comics. What's up, Dank? Kate says, Battle Panda had a question a bit higher up, Dad. Oh, did I miss it? I'm sorry, man. I got to scroll way up here. Look forward to the Saturday show. May I call Charlie Chuck too?
Sure.
Charlie's okay with it. She doesn't love it.
No, I'm okay with it, but I don't like when Kate calls me when I'm mad. Because then it just annoys me because I'm like,
it feels condescending, maybe a little
girl.
bit. Kate's keeping the chat under control here. She's managing the chat. Speaking of good reactions, check out the kids' reaction video to I Am Your Father and Empire Strikes Back. Oh, there are some fun kid reactions to that. There's a lot of videos up for that. Missing Link, good morning. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry to spoil the world. Did I miss anything? Oh, Dank says his nephew kept winning tag at the playground. I told him he should let others win, and he did, and it really got the kids to enjoy the game more. You know, that sounds like a teacher moment that I would firmly approve, Dank.
That
Absolutely.
kid sounds like me.
When I do it, I am dead, says Kate Jameson.
What does that mean?
When she calls you Chuck.
The claws come out.
So, quick reviews then. Batman Begins. You liked it? The first Batman movie? What letter grade would you give the first one? The Ra's al Ghul one?
9.9.
9.9. Dark Knight with the Joker and Two-Face? Thumbs up, of course. You liked it.
Well, yeah, 10. A 10.
You liked it better. Okay.
The best.
And then Dark Knight Rises with Talia and Bane
I'm 9.8.
is the one you like the least. So it would
Well,
go under.
It's kind of like in the middle because
Some things you liked, some things you
I
didn't.
didn't like that Talia died. She's like the coolest character. She was only in there for like 10 minutes. And then
Right.
could have been so cool.
Well, I will say it's my least favorite of the three, personally, the third one. But I have issues with some of the story things and how it just doesn't work for me as I like the look of it and I like some of the moments, but the movie just doesn't work in the same way the other two works. That's just me. The lights are flickering at Pop Pop's house. The Demigorgon is coming, says Kate.
Oh no.
Tacoma says, I haven't watched this show for like a year. It's amazing how Charlie has grown. She's more present and proactive in the conversation. Her vocabulary is expanding. That's pretty cool. He's a teacher too. So you can tell he's grading your vocabulary. Ian's like,
I'm actually
check,
really
check.
good at vocabulary. I do really well.
He said that's
in
a spot on
vocabulary.
review. He would agree with your grades. There you go.
I do really well in spelling and vocabulary. And I can spell really
Well,
well.
I think because you read a ton. Comic books and other books. All right. Gore agrees with you, Charlie. He says the French actress who played her would have been a better Catwoman. Ooh, interesting. I do like both of the actresses. I have no problem with either one.
I love the ending.
She's already better than most grunts.
Can I tell about the other movie we watched?
Well, goodness, let's temper our scores here. Can I share a comic or two?
Fine.
I want to share the newest issue of X-Men. I grabbed the Mystique cover for issue 21 of X-Men. This is the final issue that Hickman is doing as the primary writer. He'll continue to do the stories because he's now going to move on to Inferno. The reveal of the new X-Men team. Here they all are. Polaris, Jean, Rogue, Sunfire, Cyclops, Sync, and Laura Kinney, the all-new Wolverine. That is the new X-Men team that starts up in issue number 1 of X-Men. Very exciting. I thought it was a solid issue. The art was somewhat uneven just because they had 3 or 4 artists doing each section of the story. But I thought there was good intrigue, stuff with send help right now, says Kate. Good stuff with Namor as a sort of frenemy to Krakoa. I thought that was interesting. Yeah, I'm very glad Sync is back to Missing Link. I love the stuff with Jean picking the team. That was really well done. And of course, we're constantly sort of teasing whatever it is Emma Frost is going to reveal. And she has this big moment where she's almost calling down lightning and is about to reveal some shocking things. And then, of course, the issue ends. They keep teasing that Emma Frost is going to reveal something huge. So,
And it's going to be that she made a glass flower.
So I am very much looking forward to, I think it's Jerry Dugan who's taking over on X-Men, the new title, and hopeful that this new era of the Hickman universe is going to be as good as the other ones.
Now, can I say this?
Yes, I agree. Todd Christian, his Cable was great, and very, very big fan of that. And I'm sad it's ending, but I'm excited that he's getting more work. He has been probably, for me at least, one of the most consistent writers in Hickman's team. Between Marauders and X-Force, he's done a lot of different things, and I'm looking forward to more. We are eating and watching, says my dad. Good morning, Pop Pop.
I cut my hair.
You did not cut your hair.
Oh, I just read something. If
I own a lot of comic book t-shirts, but most of them are comic book community t-shirts. Like I own t-shirts for as many of my friends as I can afford to buy t-shirts of. I try to buy and support as many friends as I can. I only have a few that are just like comic book shirts. I need to get some more. I used to have a whole Justice League set, you know, Green Lantern, Flash, Batman, Superman, but they've all kind of worn and fallen apart. I need to get some new ones. So I've got to upgrade a little bit. Kate says, "Yeet Colossus, Cyclops." You like his look, Kate, or are you making fun of his new costume? He's got a funny looking visor going.
no, I see this page.
But I think some of them are wearing their outfits for the gala. They're not wearing their new costumes, I don't think. I don't know.
Who's this dude?
Who's which dude? His name is Sync.
Oh,
And he has the ability when he's close to mutants to take on their abilities while he's nearby. So he runs in sync with
Who's
other
this?
people. That's Polaris.
and this.
Sunfire. You read some Sunfire.
Why is he here?
I know you hated Sunfire in the original
He's a
run.
jerk.
I don't like Sunfire either. He's pretty awful.
Oh yeah, X-23.
Give me a minute to form an opinion, says Kate.
Why is
I like the team overall. I don't like Sunfire is the weakest point for me. Like I don't get the Sunfire thing. He is a jerk all the time. So he's a weird
I
choice.
don't-
But everybody else, I dig.
I
Look at all the cool ladies they get.
I don't think it's a cool lady, but like I don't understand why he has to make the abs just appear in his suit. Like
I think that some of them are wearing their costumes to the gala. They're at a big event, like a big party. They're walking around this big party. There's like, you know, people there hanging out. If you look, there's like, so this is a picture of the party. You got J.R.R. Martin, the writer of Game of Thrones. You've got, oh gosh, what's his name? The guy who's doing the MODOK TV series, Patton Oswalt. So you've got lots of like real people at this party, right? Everybody's having a good time and, you know, having drinks and things, including Kevin Feige. I think he was in this issue, if I'm not mistaken. For those that don't know who Kevin Feige is, he's the guy kind of running the MCU, running Marvel. And he's the one who hires the writers and directors to do the movies at Marvel. I thought he was in this issue, but maybe I'm thinking of the last issue.
I want to
Hold on,
see
hold on.
everything.
I'm just trying to find where he is. Maybe it's not this. You know, it was probably not this issue. I think I'm remembering a different one where he was in it. But they've been showing a lot of people. Yeah, these aren't the new costumes, says JP. It's just their party clothes. Oh,
Kate
there's
said
Terry in here.
something.
Did I miss Terry?
Yeah, she's up there.
Hi, Terry Vaughn, what is up? Kate is at my dad's house. She's been having a long sleepover. Now that her school year is done, Charlie and I still have 4 days of school left next week. So Kate is on her vacation. So she gets to hang out with my dad and their new puppy and have her fun time. Plus, she just had her shot recently, so she was like hanging out, laying up, and taking it easy. Super Russ 9000. He's going to be the 1,000 man. I just know it. We got to keep pushing. If you have not subscribed to Super Russ, I'm going to say it until he hits 1,000. I'm going to say it because the man works way harder than I do at YouTube and deserves to be way higher up above me as far as subscribers go. So if JP or somebody wants to drop the link for Super Russ, please do it because people need to subscribe. We want to get him to 1,000. Absolutely. All right, so that's my X-Men talk. We've done all the X-Men stuff. I wanted to decorate a little bit. By the way, I've got the omnibus for volumes 3 and 4, so I'm ready to keep going with the Omni show whenever Justin and I can find a way to make it work. I'm ready to go with the first, it took us a year to do the first volume. We'll see how long it takes us to get through volume 2. Oh, Kate says, if I was a moderator, I could do it, Dad. Burn.
What's she saying?
Drop Russ's link. Thank you, Bravo. I appreciate it. Honestly, Super Russ is one of the nicest, hardest working people in YouTube that I've met, and totally deserves to be at 1,000 subscribers. And he's set a goal for himself to do it this August, before August, when his anniversary on YouTube comes around. So fingers crossed we can get him there. Where is Christopher Walken and Monica Bellucci or Mads Mikkelsen? I would love it if they were all there. That would be awesome. So you're checking out. I love the art for the way they draw her, right? Doesn't she look cool? This is Emma Frost. I think she looks really, really cool in that sequence. I know I interrupted you. Just a weekend. And I'm waiting for Old Wolf. Have anybody seen Tony yet this morning? I haven't seen Tony to jump in the chat, because he sent Charlie an A-OK.
Who did?
So Old Wolf, Tony did. You already know what's in it? What do you think it's going to be?
Where is it?
Are you ready for it? Should we get going? All right. So we have an A-OK. Tony has been going through his collection.
Turn the movie on.
Oh, I hit the remote. Sorry. He's been going through his collection. Hey, Tony is here. What's up, Tony? So Tony's been going through his collection of Hardy Boys books, because Charlie's been reading through Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys. And he actually messaged with Charlie saying, hey, which ones do you have? What are you missing? And he sent a whole set here that he believes you don't have. Look at all these. They're all looking like brand new. Amazing. So huge thank you to Old Wolf. Charlie's going to be reading these this summer. You ready to see some of these? First up, we got What Happened at Midnight. That's a cool looking cover.
I see it.
It looks like London. Yeah, it looks like Big Ben maybe in London.
Yeah, it is.
What happened at midnight? Oops, some of these are flipped.
Yeah, I don't have the number. I don't have that one.
You don't have that one? Perfect. Then we've got The Shore Road Mystery.
You don't have that one.
That guy looks like he's hanging on the side of the rocks there. Oh, it's in a giant web. It looks like a spider web, doesn't it?
I don't have this one.
So Charlie's going to be able to get... Charlie loves a really good mystery. In fact, we should watch some mystery movies. We've never really done that. You've asked for some Westerns.
Sherlock Holmes. That was a mystery.
That was a mystery. We should look into some good mystery movies. If anybody knows some good mystery movies that kids can enjoy.
I haven't seen the Benedict Cumberbatch.
Benedict. That's a TV series. And I don't know that you would enjoy the Sherlock TV series.
Yeah.
But it's it's a good point. There's a lot of Sherlock Holmes iterations out there. I'm rewatching Elementary with my wife at night. That's a really fun reimagining where there's a female Watson, Joan Watson instead of John Watson. I've been enjoying that one. The Clue movie. We've watched Clue, right? Have you seen Clue? That's a good one. Sleepy Reader, good one.
I loved that one. The
Mark on the Door. Ooh, that guy's got like a machete. Mexican stereotype. He's got like a poncho and a machete and a sombrero.
A P.
Yeah, I don't know what the drawing on that door means.
It's like
it's a fire though, and it's got the letter P. It's interesting.
I don't have this one.
Ooh, Basil Rathbone. Simon R. Nice. Pink Panther. Pink Panther's a good one. Have Gun Will Travel. Big Will. Firstly, hello to you, Big Will. If you guys aren't watching Big Will, every Sunday we're playing D&D over on Big Will's channel. My dad is a huge Have Gun Will Travel fan, and I want to say has, or used to have, like all the DVDs for Have Gun Will Travel. That guy looks like Dirty Harry. Which one? Let's go back. Is it that one or is it
this one?
Yeah, that guy in the back there. Dog is named after Basil Rathbone. Well, that's always a good thing. Let's see. The next one's called The Hidden Harbor Mystery. Oh no, is that a crocodile? Or it's probably. I mean, it's the United States, so it's probably a gator. It's a gator.
It's a gator.
Look at that.
I don't have that one either.
Dude, that's dangerous. He's right there in the water with the gator. It's like right behind him. Kate says, when I Google kid, okay, Kate, you got to get off the internet. What are you doing? When I Google kid mystery movies, it comes up with a ton of Scooby-Doo. There you go. There you go.
I'm not watching Scooby-Doo.
Chewbarca Tiberius Rathbone. That's a hilarious name for a dog. Chewbarca. You get it? That's funny. The Murder on the Orient Express. Classic. Yep. I have a machete and a poncho, but not a sombrero. It messes up my hair. Says Gore. Kate needs a sombrero. Okay, interesting. We still got 4 more, Charlie. This is insane. Here we go. Hunting for Hidden Gold.
I don't have that one.
I bet that's Chet behind them, right? They're Chet.
Wait, let me see. I've never seen a close.
No, that's not Chet. That's like a
not
somewhat
Chet.
weird
Chet's
old guy.
fat.
Yeah. Chet's fat. How dare you judge him? There's my dad. He
This
says
is
he
so
loves Have
cool.
Gun Will Travel. He's got several seasons. He listened to the radio show on Sirius over Christmas starring John Denner?
Diner.
Big O, what is up? Good morning to Big O. How you doing?
Dinner. It's dinner.
Super Russ is super close now. He is, 35 away. We can do it. 35. Dude, totally possible. Whew. The Mystery of Cabin Island. Dun,
Don't have it.
Looks very cold in Cabin Island. Cabin Island looking cold. Ooh, Charlie Chan, Mr. Moto, Mr. Wang movies, the old school. All right, 2 left. Here we go. Ready? The Secret of the Old Mill.
Don't have it.
I wonder what the secret is, because they're looking through the floorboards here down at something underneath the mill. Curious. This is the 3rd one.
Don't have it.
Early it one. And that leaves 1 left. Is a mystery Western combo. That is true, Big Will. It is indeed. All right, here we go. Last one. The Secret of the Caves.
Don't have it.
I know you don't have these. That was the whole point. You told him which ones you had.
I'm still gonna do it.
Ooh, that guy looks a little creepy.
Type of magic.
He's like sneaking into his cave there. A little creepy.
I also like horror mysteries because I read the Goosebumps that I had.
Oh, some Goosebumps. That's a good one.
Now one of my favorite ones was Ghost Beach.
Ghost Beach.
It's so good.
That's one of the Goosebumps ones.
Yeah, I
remember that
kind
one.
of guessed what was gonna happen. So good.
That's a very good point, Dank. I think the mysteries inside of each Harry Potter book are a lot of the fun of it, is trying to figure out what's going on, right? The twists of what is happening, right? Yeah, totally. Especially the earlier ones. The later ones are obviously more about war almost. They're almost like war stories, but the early ones are really like a mystery, slowly unraveling. That 3rd book, which is still my favorite, The Prisoner of Azkaban, has a ton of that for sure. Ooh, Hydra loves the Goosebumps too. Absolutely. Do you want to share a book, or are you feeling like you're going to look at one of those, or what? What's going on here?
I'm feeling like I want to talk about the movie.
What movie?
The one we watched last night.
Okay, so one more movie that Charlie wants to talk about. We've got one TV show to talk about, and we each have a couple of more books to talk
I
about.
memorized the line.
I got a whole bunch
from
of
one the songs.
I got like 4 DC books here I want to talk about.
I memorized a line from one of the songs.
So you want to hint at what the movie is by saying the one line?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's when you say it. Now I'm going to say my line.
Okay, the movie that we watched with Charlie last night, because we were trying to find something fun that she would enjoy. And I went, and I think it was on
HBO Max.
On HBO, they had Labyrinth by Jim Henson. She's never seen Labyrinth before, and I always liked it as a kid. And what is the quote?
You remind me of the babe. What babe? The babe with the power. What power? The power of voodoo. Voodoo, you do. What remind me of the babe?
Yeah, so for those that love a good David Bowie, look, there's Jeff Schultz and Bravo saying Bowie. Yeah. So obviously a Bowie classic. And Fun music. I mean, that movie holds up really well because of the production design. Like they built so many amazing practical sets, and the puppetry work is bonkers.
Ludo.
Yeah, Ludo is like, there's got to be some guy in there with stilts. Hoggle, clearly all the little animatronics that they were controlling from the side, and then the actor would just move around. Amazing. So complicated. Just mind-blowing the amount of work that went into that movie. And then, of course, the digital effects, whether it's Bowie walking upside down or the puppets that are throwing their heads around, or the flying owl, which was like an early like CG effect. Really, really amazing. Robert G., we finally got her to watch it. Checked it out. Kate, have you or Charlie read the big horror novels? No, I don't think they've read like the actual novels. They may have read like graphic novelizations of some of that stuff,
I've
like
read
Frankenstein.
The graphic novelization of both, but I have read Dracula.
Okay, so you've read the graphic novels for Dracula and Frankenstein, and you actually read Bram Stoker's Dracula, or did you read the classic starts version?
I read the classic starts, and I did read the
oh wow
one.
Oh wow! So apparently she has.
Miss Veronica had the classic one, and then I found another one in I think Mr. Josh's class.
Wow. All right. JP says Labyrinth. Pretty sure he was Charlie's age the last time he watched it. There you go. My dad says when he was a kid, the Mickey Mouse Club ran a couple of chapter films for Hardy Boy books. Each story would last several episodes. That's kind of cool. And of course, Simon R. with a $10 super chat, brother. Way too kind. And yeah, good talking books starts the weekend off right, And hello to Southern Comic Geek. Good morning to you. Charlie's had almost half of a bagel, half of one bagel. Let's throw some videos up for Simon R's incredibly kind super chat. We'll do the puppy first. Oh man, she just wanted to snuggle that dog all day, every day, all the time. That was all Charlie wanted. Dog snuggle time. And let's do this one.
We have to make friends, and do you still know how to make friends?
I've never had any friends.
Well, you have robots.
Robots are good too. You don't just have to have like human friends. You could have a robot friend. Robot friends are cool. Thank you, Simon. Very appreciative. I am right there with you, Panda. I never get tired of it either, but obviously I'm incredibly biased. Ooh, here's a good list from Kate. Always dropping big lists. She said Frankenstein, Dracula, Robinson Crusoe, Tom Sawyer, and another one where a family get trapped on an island. That's probably the Swiss Family Robinson, I would bet, Kate. Black Beauty and countless others.
I have already gotten really far in Black Beauty.
In Black Beauty, the actual book, not
Yes.
the other versions, right? Let's see here. I thought the Hardy Boys were dudes that ate at Hardee's. Let's see here. Let's see. Did I miss anybody else? Okay, Tony, thank you so much for the books, man. Charlie is set for summer mystery reading now, all locked and loaded. Did Charlie see the Goonies movie? Goonies never say die. Hey, you guys. You're welcome, Kate. I was pretty sure that was the book, but that's kind of my, knowledge area. All right. I'm going to do some DC books, okay? I want to share some DC comic books. I want to start with Future State Gotham. I read issue number 2. And I will say I'm enjoying I don't love a ton of the Future State stuff, but I'm enjoying this so far. It's focusing primarily on the Batman family. So, Nightwing, Red Hood, Batwoman, a lot of the like Bat family characters. I just wish it was in color. I really think this is one of those times where black and white is not working. I have nothing against black and white comics because I do love a ton of black and white comics. It's just not done well enough here. And it's a really good example of a comic book that just, I think it feels like they're just cutting corners to save money and not coloring it. And there's plenty of times in here when I can't tell which character is who, because all the Bat family characters in Future State start to dress a little bit the same with little hoods and little masks. And when their outfits aren't in color, it becomes challenging to tell who is who. And so I'm a little frustrated by that. But if I get past that, I'm enjoying this a fair amount. And I think it's actually one of the better Bat-related books, and certainly would go high on my list of Future State books. So I'm enjoying this. Joshua Williamson, very talented writer. So this is issue number 2. You could probably find issue number 1. I loved it with that cover of the bat signal kind of destroyed into the city of Gotham, because they're trying to figure out who caused this incredible destruction of Gotham. So that was a lot of fun. Thanos on a little girl's bike is in Goonies. That's very true. The actor who plays Thanos is the big brother in Goonies. He's riding the little girl's bicycle at one point. That's Thanos.
Thanos is riding.
Well, and his brother is Sam from Lord of the Rings. So Thanos is the big brother to Samwise Gamgee.
Or Bob.
I don't know about that.
Bob.
Mickey Rooney was good in it, and some absolutely beautiful shots of the beach and ocean and the horse and the kid. Very well. Oh, let's see what Simon I was talking about. I don't want to make specifically what good in what. Black Stallion. Yes, Black Stallion. Very good movie. Great movie. I'm trying to read everything. Okay, so it looks like Panda and Kate are having a little chat there. Oh, yes, there it is. Terry Vaughn knows what's up because he knows exactly what I'm going to talk about. The nice house on the lake.
Daddy, Kate's explaining when I said Bob.
Bob from Stranger Things. That's what you mean. Yes, Bob from Stranger Things.
Kate's going to teach me all the characters. I'm going to have to remember them.
Yeah, he does cross over a lot of nerd culture, doesn't he? And his dad does, too, because that Sean Astin's dad was also an actor. So they have a lot of crossover through nerd culture. So this is by James Tynan IV from Something's Killing the Children. This is his new DC Black Label book. It's called The Nice House on the Lake. That means it does not really connect to the DC universe. It's its own kind of story, standalone. And it focuses on a very unusual setup where you have a group of friends who don't quite know each other super well, but one of their friends who they all have in common invites them to a nice house on the lake for a long weekend getaway. And when they get there, they're sort of playing a strange role-playing game where they all have like code names and symbols. So they know what room is their room because they see their symbol and their code names. And their code names are all like titles. So like one person is the artist or one is the scientist, right? So everybody has a title based on kind of who they were in the real world. Then they come to this lake. The lake house is all fine and dandy and they're having a good time until they check the news and apparently they find out that there's like an apocalypse happening and that all the cities around the world are dealing with destruction of some kind or another. There's an apocalypse happening all around the world. And the only people that seem like they're going to survive it are in the house. They're in the lake house. They all want to figure out how we got to get out of here. We got to go and figure out what's going on. And then, of course, their host, who has invited them all there, basically says, I saved you. You're here and you're alive because I wanted to make sure you could live out the rest of your days in a beautiful place. You can't leave. You're stuck here forever. You are friends. You will have all the food you could ever want, all the things nothing is going to be missing from your lives. You just can't ever leave again. And there's nothing else out there in the world left. So that's kind of the setup. There's other twists that I don't want to give away, but the setup is really clever. The art is really well done. So the artist is, and I'm going to have trouble with Alvaro Martinez Bueno is the artist.
This is why I don't go anywhere without you and my family.
Oh, goodness. The idea is really cool. Bub Collects, how's it going? So I kind of dig the concept. I will definitely be checking out issue 2, and I appreciate people letting me know that it was that good because I had passed on it. My shop still has a bunch of them, but I know other shops back east have either sold them all or they made them $20 books and they're up on the wall. You have to pay extra for now because it's like getting hot, whatever. I don't know. Todd Christian's talking about Gotham, I think. He says, I'm enjoying the Jason Todd book, but I'm curious what will happen when the Magistrate story ends. It looks like it's coming to a head this summer. Okay. John Aston, yep, is the dad. He played the Riddler on the Batman TV series.
He did?
When Frank Gorshin wanted too much money. Yeah, he took over. But he was also on The Addams Family. And I remember him as when I was in high school, I think he did a movie called The Frighteners with Peter Jackson.
What did he play in the Addams Family?
He was Gomez.
Wow.
So yeah, lots of cool stuff there. It's April Fool's Day meets The Walking Dead. For me, it reminded me of a movie that I watched, a kind of thriller movie I saw on Amazon called The Invitation, which is a similar style where everybody comes to a house and then they get kind of locked in and you know, the host is not who you expected. And so it reminded me a little bit of that. A little creepy, very Edgar Allan Poe. Kate mentions Poe right here. It made me think of it. It definitely has a little bit of that kind of a vibe for sure. Kate and Charlie have seen one Shakespeare adaptation. They watched Much Ado About Nothing by Kenneth Branagh with Becky and I, because it's one of my favorite Shakespeare adaptations ever. So they have seen that movie. You remember that one, right? And they were like, hey, there's Michael Keaton and, you know, there's Denzel Washington. And they were like, wow, look at all the people in this that I recognize from other things. Kate Beckinsale, and there was a lot of cast members in that. And
Harry Potter.
Yeah, what's the Kenneth Branagh obviously plays in Harry Potter 2. And yeah, so lots of good stuff there. Let's see here. Yeah, it definitely reminds me of good thriller novels. Not I hesitate to call it horror yet. It seems more like a thriller, which I kind of dig. Yeah, Simon, I like The Frighteners a lot. I think it's a fun movie that still holds up really well because the acting is so good and very entertaining for sure. Let's see here. Yep, there it is. House on Haunted Hill with Vincent Price, right? So yeah, I enjoyed House on the Lake. I thought it was fun, and I will probably be getting issue 2 of that as well. Or, you know, maybe waiting for the collection novel when it comes all together. I'm going to probably just rush through these because I don't see Legion in the chat. But because I was already reading Teen Titans Academy and I was hearing so many good things about Suicide Squad and how they are connecting together for the current storyline, I went and grabbed a Suicide Squad issue. Apparently, I need to get issue 3 as well. That those, you know, Teen Titans Academy up to now plus Suicide Squad 3 and 4 kind of connect. So I need to grab one more issue to fully get it. But I will say, other than the Red X, I didn't love this issue a ton. I mean, I didn't hate it or anything. I just felt like I just don't care for the Suicide Squad team members. I think they're very uninteresting characters. The action is very exciting and it's full of that, but the characters are just kind of meh. I don't have anything invested in them. But I'll check out issue 3 and see how it ties in and see if it maybe gives me a little more backstory. What's this? It's called Canoodle. This is a puzzle game. You got to put the pieces together. They're not just single. They're like, you know, several jointed pieces. So it's more like a 3-dimensional puzzle in some ways. JP says he's been disappointed with Teen Titans Academy. Should have just been called Red X. Yeah, I do agree. There's a lot. And I'm not in love with either book. I just want to finish the arc, and then I'm going to decide if I want to even keep going after that. Why do I have the sudden urge to play Tetris, right, Jeff Schultz? It does feel a little like Tetris.
Oh, I played Tetris.
PJ says Titans Academy is a fun book. It has the young adult angst thing. Suicide Squad is an entertaining book. Peacemaker is a great character. Cannot wait for John Cena's portrayal. I hope it's as good as everyone wants it to be, for sure. JP's like, I'm already done with it. I'm not reading anymore. I don't care who Red Hood is. My prediction on Red Hood, though, JP, I'm predicting Tim Drake. That's my prediction on who Red Hood is. It's Tim Drake.
We'll see.
It seems to be the most logical estimation, but that's who I think the Red X, not Red Hood, the Red X. I think Red X is Tim Drake. But that's my guess. He seems to cross over well between all these universes. But that's me. That's my prediction. And that is it. Those are all my DC books that I wanted to go over. Did you want to talk about another book, Charlie? I think you got one more book that you wanted to talk about.
I got two.
You got two more
I don't
books.
want to share the other one.
Yeah, let's just do the one. This is the big one, right?
Which I finished in one night.
I found this movie is still playing on Netflix. So if people want to watch the movie or just read the book, both are a recommendation. This is The Invention of Hugo Cabret, which became the movie that Martin Scorsese made called Hugo. The novel is by Brian Selznick. And what I showed Charlie, at first she was like, Dad, that book is insanely big. It's a huge book. I can't possibly read it all. But then I said, well, but it's not. This is the only way this book has been published. It's not you can't get a digital version or a paperback. It's only like this. And the book is designed to be like a silent movie. So the first big chunk of the book is all done with art. Sorry, I'll do like that. Right? There's a big portion of the story that are these beautiful sort of like charcoal pencil drawings. And you read it almost like an old silent movie. And you've got to get the information by watching the story progress. So in that way, it's very much like a comic book, right? Or a flip book, something like that.
So if it doesn't flip.
And the artwork is, of course, beautiful and interesting. And you've got the little shop where the shop maker is building things, and he's watching the little boy sneaking around in the train station. Really beautiful, really fun. And now that's not all the book is, because at some point you
have to get. Oh, Daddy.
Right.
There's a beautiful picture.
And there's not. It's not done in huge chunks, but you do get some pages of story mixed in with the other stuff. I did skip some pages, but I'm not going to give all of them.
It's so beautiful.
They're all beautiful, right? But it's a really interesting and unusual style. Very interesting concept for a story. If you have young kids in your house that like to read, and in that 3rd to 8th grade kind of range, this might be a really fun book for them. And of course, I love the Scorsese film. I think it's just a masterpiece. So Hugo is just a really great love story for cinema, and specifically the silent era and people like Georges Méliès. So what did you think of the book? Because you'd seen the movie. What did you think of the book?
I liked it so much. There were parts that I didn't have in the movies. I liked my favorite. Can I show my favorite part?
I can look for the picture if you want.
Because you know which one it is, right?
I do, but I got to find it.
It's back way before this.
Oh, okay.
Because it's right there. That's my favorite.
The reveal that it's Georges Méliès' automaton.
And I really liked this reveal. It was like a fun. These two kids there's a relation of why they met for a reason.
They're connected, right?
Yeah. And that was funny. It's like when he's figuring it all out, it's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so good. But when you see it, you think,
Oh my gosh, this can take me so long to read. I read it in like one night.
Yeah, because there is a ton of art.
Yeah.
Or photographs, because then they also have still pictures from the Georges Méliès films that they reference in the movie.
Yeah, and if you look at the next photo, it's different.
Yeah, because they're taking frames from his old silent films, right? Trip to the Moon and things like that, right?
Trip to the Moon.
And they've got little moments where they're using actual photographs instead of just the drawing. So there's the famous train crash at the station. So there's all kinds of things mixed together here for sure. Cade has said he's just got done hiking 3 miles. Good job, Cade. Oh, Kirk is in here. Where's Kirk? I don't want to miss him. Sorry, I looked away for a second. Another teacher homie. Comics on the mind. If you're here, you've probably got comics on the mind. What is up? So, you're a big fan? Thumbs up for
So
Hugo
good.
Cabret.
So good.
Nice. Well, there you go. We've shared all of our books. We've talked a little bit about everything. There's one thing left. So let me get a banner going because I haven't needed one of these in a while. And I'm going to save it and put it up because I'm not going to jump right in. You don't have to run and scream out of here if you haven't seen it. But at some point this morning, Charlie and I want to talk a little bit about the first episode of Loki because we watched it separately, but spent time watching Loki, the first episode that aired the other day. And we wanted to, discuss it a little bit. Maybe not like huge spoilers, but we're going to talk a little bit about it. So yeah, Teachers Unite. Hopefully everybody's getting onto their summer vacation. I got 4 days of school left, but I imagine a lot of other people are already on vacation like Kate is. Kate says, I got to go because peace, see you later, Charlie and parents. I guess Kate hasn't watched it yet. I would assume she'd already watched it. So I'm surprised.
No, she's having one with my grandparents.
She's watching movies with them.
Yeah, but she's not watching Loki.
All right. All right. So what did you think, Charlie? Justin says he's super late. It's all good, man. Super Russ says he's waiting till all the episodes are out so he can binge it. I totally understand that.
What does M-Y-M-D mean?
Mind. Comics on the Mind. It's Kirk's channel.
I thought he was doing one of those things because he said LOL.
Oh, okay.
M-I-N-D. Sorry.
Todd Christian says hasn't seen Loki yet, but it's his most anticipated MCU show with the forthcoming Miss Marvel a close second. I'm most excited for the animated What If series, but I totally get you. I mean, they're all going to be something interesting. PJ says he loves Hiddleston's portrayal of Loki. So I can definitely agree with that for sure. But let's hear it, Charlie. So yeah, you want to sit up? People can see you. When I was not able to watch it on Wednesday night because I was on a show, and she watched it with my wife. And I come in, and Charlie is like, I did not like that show. I did not like it. So can you explain what you didn't like about it?
Well, Loki's supposed to be like this mighty, cool, mischievous character.
Right.
But throughout the entire thing, he's scared. He's and he's supposed to be that type of character who's bold and in the
Unafraid.
beginning, when he goes against her, he says, "Actually, this is your last chance. Get out of my way." That's Loki.
Right.
Not, what if I'm a robot? I don't know it. That's not Loki.
So you feel like it didn't feel like the Loki that you've loved all the way along? A little bit. or a lot?
A lot.
A lot. Okay.
I didn't like that.
Was that it, or was there other stuff?
I mean, I don't really understand like the story arc. It doesn't make that much sense. Like,
there's definitely some when it comes to time travel and changing history, there are a lot of questions and confusions that naturally happen, right? I mean, Back to the Future or whatever, it can be very confusing for sure. So you found it a little confusing, the timekeepers and stuff. I know people that were really upset by the idea that they have, at one point, they show that there is like a drawer where they're just throwing in Infinity Stones. They're like, oh yeah, we got lots of these. We got lots and lots of them. Because the idea is in several, every time they're used in a way that's counter to the time authority, they go and collect them and hold on to them. And they become useless in the time place. And I know people were really upset about it. I didn't get as bothered by that point. I thought the point was that when they were removed from these alternative timelines, time reset and they didn't have to worry about it. So these became basically useless. They're not things that you could take back to the original timeline and use because they would no longer function outside of their timeline. I thought that was the implication that they were making. So it's not like you could just take one of those and go stop Thanos. It wouldn't quite work like that. That's how I understood it. It did not negate the Endgame storyline, in my opinion. But that's just kind of how I took it, what I saw from what was going on. But I know other people that were like, this is ridiculous. I'm done with this whole thing. This is horrible. Whatever. Everybody's got their opinions. I found it kind of funny. I love the way they use time travel and like inside of the building. I liked Owen Wilson a lot. I thought he was very funny, very interesting. And I liked how they delved into the psychology of Loki a little bit. And I'm very curious about how he is the villain and the hero of his own show. But I can already tell you, I think I know how it's going to end. Do you want my guess? It ends with him stopping this other version of himself and agreeing to go right back into the timeline where he's supposed to go, knowing exactly how he's going to die. And that he has got to live out the story of Thor 2 and Thor 3 and his death in Infinity War. He's got to go exactly where he knows he's going to die.
What if,
with the complete knowledge of it?
I was thinking maybe like the person who's the villain isn't like just normal Loki, it's like girl Loki maybe.
People are suggesting that it's totally possible that this evil Loki is another version of Loki. And I totally could see that. I can totally see that. But it means that she's really just going to be part of this series and then gone.
Yeah.
At the end of the 6 or whatever episodes.
Because in the Troublemakers, was it?
Mm-hmm.
No, Double Trouble.
Okay.
With Thor and Loki, she's at the end. There's a girl Loki at the end.
There's been a girl Loki a few times in comics. At one point, he took over Lady Sif's body and was living inside of it as a female Loki. And then later in other storylines, he just morphs his appearance to be a woman or whatever. So it's come and gone a few different times. Mr. Garrel is here. What is up? Kirk says he didn't like the idea of the multiverse being put into one timeline. And I think they're just setting up time and multiverse in a few different ways before they really get into it with characters like Kang. So I think it's kind of coming along down the way, but we'll see. Kang the Conqueror. He is a character from comics who is a villain that the Avengers deal with, and he is always connected to time travel. He's from the future, I think. JP says he disagrees. I think he becomes the Loki he is chasing, and it's what kicks off the multiverse, which is based on what they explained that doesn't currently exist. And TVA loses. Could be. Could be. Bravo says, I struggle with nonlinear timelines, and it's definitely heading into a nonlinear version for sure.
But promiscuous time traveler is not all about
He
it.
says, Loki gave a whole new meaning to my username. There you go. There you go. Absolutely.
And promiscuous time traveler can go ahead and find out what happens.
Travel into the future and watch all the episodes.
Yeah.
Do you think you could get totally lazy that way? Just go into the future and spend all your time watching the Marvel movies you haven't seen yet? Just like sit on a couch in the future watching TV. That's it. Still no Mephisto. Okay. I'm happy to get into this one, Super Russ. At one point, when Owen Wilson and his team are in the past investigating a murder that seems to be caused by somebody illegally traveling through time, they're at this church and they're talking to a little French boy, and they ask the little boy, hey, who did this? Like, who committed this crime? And the little boy points to a stained glass window, and on the window is a depiction of the devil on a throne. And he says, he just points to that as that's the person who did it. And a ton of people are doing the same Mephisto, oh no, kind of thing that they were doing all along. It's Mephisto. And other people are saying, no, it's just like
The devil.
the representation of the fact that Loki in some ways is a devil. Who knows? But it's back, my brother. It is back.
It's Nacht Hopeless.
Say it again.
It's Nacht Hopeless.
Which means?
It's, I don't know like what it's called, but he goes, or it's a German holiday, which Gore Vidal might know about.
Okay.
Where there's Nikolaus who goes around like Santa Claus.
Saint Nicholas.
He has a friend named Nacht Hopeless who gives like sticks and candy to the bad kids.
Oh, interesting.
Like bad stuff.
Gotcha. The variant of Loki with his horned helmet, right? Totally.
And also
break it down Barney style. There you go.
Also, I was confused.
Hold on. Big Will says, is something because in the books, the judge is Kang's girl. So I think Loki wins and the TVA goes haywire and Kang steps up. Could definitely be. Loki looks like this in some imagery, right? It totally does. Sleepy Rita says, for some reason, I thought the French kid would turn out to be Joan of Arc. Ooh.
But
that's the fun of time travel. Like, where is this all going? Right?
When Owen Wilson taps the kid's neck, like right here, he taps, and it makes like this clink sound. Like,
I didn't notice that.
It makes like a weird, like loud sound that you can hear. And then when I did to myself, I was like,
you couldn't do it. Well, you're hitting your collarbone.
Yeah, but he
that's
like hit
making
it
a
like
bone
here,
sound.
and I was like, does the candy do something? Like,
no, I don't think the candy. It was just bubble gum.
Mm.
The kid was just chewing bubble gum. So, where does this go? I don't know. Bearded Comic Bro is here.
Yay!
We're just discussing some Loki spoilers. I already finished talking about DC books. I finished talking about Nice House on the Lake. Finished talking about Suicide Squad.
We got a bunch.
X books, a ton of stuff.
Oh, I want to show him the pyramid, so I'm gonna make it while you talk.
Oh yes, the blue gum. Hello to Lost in Comics. What is going on?
What did he say? It's Death Loki chewing the kablooey gum. That blue.
The blue gum and that the kid was chewing, right?
Yeah.
Bearded is here. Yeah, it's probably time to go. Any other Loki things to discuss, Charlie?
How about the ending with the fire?
And the mysterious villain that Owen Wilson says is Loki.
Yeah. But
Right.
we don't know if he's telling the truth.
We don't know.
I don't even
He
know.
could
if I
be
fully
telling the
trust
truth.
him.
He could be wrong. Or it could be, like people are saying, an alternative version of Loki, right?
Yeah.
I feel like you already know where all these pieces go and you're just putting them back. You missed a dot right there.
Like I said, it fits like this.
I believe you. For me, I mean, I just really enjoyed it as a kickoff point. It doesn't feel any better or worse than WandaVision or Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I think so far it would probably be in third place for me, just based on episode number one. But I thought Falcon and the Winter Soldier really got speed as it went along and got better. And I think WandaVision the same. So in this case, this might have just been them getting the show started, and we'll see where it goes.
Bearded, this is the pyramid that I made.
Oh, it's a 3D puzzle called
Canoodle.
And you have to put these puzzle pieces together to build a pyramid.
And this is like what some of them look
I think
like.
you've memorized how to do it, is what I think.
have.
So, but aren't there other ways to build it?
Yeah.
Can you build it a different way?
Nope.
Nope, just the one way.
I haven't learned that part yet.
Big Will says, I think this will all set up, is all set up because we never have in the MCU heard of the TVA. So episode 2 on will get good in case you may not like episode 1. That's fair. I know a lot of people that were frustrated with episode 1. I didn't have any problems with it and thought it was a lot of fun. But that was just me. I forgot to mention, if you're not both Lost in Comics, Chris does his great, top 3 books of the week video that I've been obsessed with lately. Great content. Bearded Comic Bro dropped his new video for Name That Character, and I thought it was hilarious and very entertaining. One of the best ones. Very well done. So great content being dropped out there for sure. Don't miss stuff. I don't know how many episodes they're doing for Loki. Do you know, Charlie?
I thought it was 9 or 6.
Let's see here. How many Loki episodes? 6.
Ha!
So 5 more left. 5 episodes left of Loki after this week. So what does that take us? Probably to the end of July, beginning of August somewhere. And I know we've got What If coming soon after. That'll be the next show. The one I've been kind of most anticipating, just because that's the stuff I geeked out on as a kid. Like, oh, what if this happened? What if they'd done this instead? I always kind of liked the fun of that. And to do it as an animated show seems perfect to me. So, yeah. So 5 more left. And we should get out of here because we've been on for an hour and 12 minutes and we need to move on with our day.
And
stuff to
finish.
get done,
And
books to read,
We have to finish League of Their Own.
movies to watch.
Yes.
So
That's true.
my schedule is really light for the foreseeable future. I am on Big Will's channel tomorrow night for D&D. On Tuesday night, I am on No Good Comics channel for the next episode of Omni X-Men, which is that one right there. The Dazzler episode is what we're doing next.
I already read it.
We got Magic Lasso joining us for that, if I'm not mistaken. And then I'm off, I believe, until the following weekend when we're back for this show. So it should be super chill on the channel. I've got my Thor and Loki comic community news video that I just dropped on Thursday. Check it out. Definitely worth checking out. It was a lot of fun, and there were some good jokes in there and some good times. So definitely check that video out. And then next week, I'll have a new comic community news coming along as well. Thank you, Justin. I thought you might enjoy. We were talking about Omnis this morning because Charlie has been reading the first 2 Omnis, taking good care and enjoying the first 2 Omnis. So we were talking a little bit about that to start the show off.
Exercising it.
Yes, she's been taking care of the spines whenever she reads them. So learning how to do
As
that.
you taught me.
Spine care on the Omni X-Men show. So we are going, and we will see you all back here on my channel. The next time I'm on my channel is, I believe, the comic community news next Thursday. So see you all then. And
And I have my graduation today, so wish me luck.
yeah, we're going to be going to Charlie's school to see her end of 4th grade performance. And that's our day. Hope to see you all again soon, and have a nice week.
Hopefully, you can find some time to curl up, grab a book, and nerd out. Peace.